what's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of G Lifesavers. My name is Joe Raj.
My name is Aaron G.
And today we've got one explosive issues to be discussed today. Aaron.
Juicy, Joe.
Very, very juicy. And it's about them getting a insurance policy.
That's right.
And their claims were either not honored,
right,
or rejected.
That's right, Joe. That's right.
It's come to a point where people equate life insurance as a con job.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame them, Joe. No, I don't blame. Guys, I think this is nothing new, right? We've been hearing this from the days of our parents.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
That insurance is actually a con job, right?
Correct.
But is that true? And if it's that true, how can the insurance industry survive decades of con job?
That's right.
Right?
Our agency, G Lifesavers, have got a claim ratio of close to 100%.
Exactly.
And that is because we follow 4 key principles. Great. I think it will be really useful for us to really dive deep into that 4 golden rules.
Exactly.
Because I'm pretty sure our viewers want to know how can we ensure that my claim is not rejected. I pay good money.
Right.
I pay through my nose. I pay an arm and a leg.
That's right.
For protection. And when I don't get protected, what's going on?
Exactly. So, Joe, to go straight to the point,
right?
My first golden rule is make sure that you bought the right insurance plan.
Aha. So, are you saying that we can end up actually getting a wrong insurance plan?
Exactly. You see, let me explain. It sounds very trivial, Joe. I mean, of course you have to buy the right insurance plan. You see, when you talk about insurance, right? There are so many types of insurance. Now, folks, when I talk to you about insurance, the word insurance itself, right? What is the first thing that comes up? Right? Now, the word insurance is a very general term.
Yeah,
right?
I get that.
You just imagine, right? That this insurance word is a big umbrella, right? And you're talking about life insurance, critical illnesses, medical, personal accident, all sorts of insurance out there. The list is non-exhaustive,
of course.
Correct?
Of course.
But the truth is, there's no such thing as one insurance that covers everything.
That's true. Everything is pretty specific.
Exactly. So when I find people who says that I have insurance, but I'm not covered, my first question, Joe, I ask them, can you show me your insurance policy? Or even before that, I ask them, do you know what insurance that you have? And the most common answer, I have insurance lah. What's the difference?
That's right.
That's where I know, oh boy, trouble is coming. Right? Yeah, because the truth is, not all insurance is the same.
That's true. That's pretty true. I think there's a variety of it.
Exactly.
And easily confused as equal with one another.
Exactly. Let me explain. So when you buy an insurance policy, right, you're actually buying a contract. They are basically a contract between yourself and the insurer.
Okay.
Correct?
Okay.
It's like this lah. You apply to the insurance company, you pay your premiums, and in return, the insurance company promises you to pay you some sort of compensation, right? In case something happens to you,
That's right.
Now, the key word, guys, is something happened to you. What is that something?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that something can be death, total permanent disability, critical illnesses, medical insurance, and the list goes on.
Right. It's etc.
Exactly.
Right.
So the insurance company can only promise to pay you something, Joe, if that something would happen is defined well.
Right.
Now, let me give you a clear example. Right. Let's say person A, right, tells his wife, darling, I bought an insurance policy because I love you. Right? So I want to make sure if something happens to you, you and the family is taken care of. Right? And what do you think all good wife will say? Thank you, hubby.
Yeah.
Right? You love me so much. Am I right?
Right.
Right? Now, what the wife did not ask, what kind of insurance? What are the details? Sounds familiar, guys? Right? Is that you?
See, in our industry, it really pays for us to be as meticulous as possible.
Exactly.
As Evan mentioned earlier that this is a contract and a contract is legally binding.
Exactly, Joe.
So in order for us to assist you or service you, we need to be as detailed as possible. This is what the agents are supposed to do.
Exactly. It's our filial duty to do this, right?
SOP.
Right. So coming back to Mr. A, Joe. So let's say Mr. A had a heart attack.
Right.
And he passes on.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And the wife, of course, my husband told me that I have a life policy, right? Obviously, she'll say, let's go and fill out the form
and get the claim done.
And hold and behold, she gets a letter from the insurance company. I'm sorry, Madam A, but your claims cannot be processed because this is not covered under the policy.
We've heard that many times.
Oh, yes.
How many times?
Oh, yes. And of course, like all, grieving wives, right? Why?
Yeah.
And when they find out that he had a personal accident policy and not a life policy, right? And she has to explain that the primary cause of death has to be accident for it to be admitted as a claim in a personal accident policy. That's why it's called personal accident policy.
Right. So because the cause of death was a natural cause,
right,
the claim was obviously declined.
Exactly. Now, Joe, if Mr. A bought a life insurance policy, then the claims would have been admitted because life insurance covers for all sorts of death.
Right.
Whereas personal accident policy, Joe, is only covering from death caused by an accident primarily.
And that is why it is called a personal accident plan.
Yes. And I've met so many people, Joe, that has sometimes 4 or 5 personal accident policies, right? Yeah. Amounting more than 2 million.
Right.
And when I ask them why they buy this policy, oh, it's cheap. Right? And of course it's cheap because personal accident policy only covers death because of accident.
That's right.
Whereas to get a 2 million policy in a life insurance will cost you a bomb.
That's true. That's very, very true.
Because it covers you for anything and everything. Yes. As long as you die.
All angle.
Exactly.
That leads to death.
Exactly. So this is what most people don't understand. Right? So sounds trivial, but the first golden rule is super, super important.
So the key is to be as meticulous as possible, guys. You need to know what is the plan that you are covered.
And not all life insurance are equal.
That's right. So if you liked what you heard so far, please smash that like button and subscribe to our channel for future updates. Okay, end of commercial. Let's go straight to golden rule number 2.
Oh, this is the most juicy part, Joe.
I think so too.
Yeah, this is the most juicy part. You see, remember I mentioned to you that life insurance is actually a binding contract.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
Now, I promise to, if I'm an insurance company, I promise to cover you for a sum of money if you, if you declare your health situation properly or your health information properly.
Correct.
Now, folks, what I mean by that, you see, life insurance company, their primary business is risk management.
Okay.
Correct?
Okay.
So you need to fill up a form, right? And that form will they'll ask you a couple of health questions.
That's true.
Do you have diabetes? Do you have hypertension? Do you have a heart attack? There's a list of standard questions, right? And you have to declare accordingly. Now, what happens is when this information is collated by the underwriters, now underwriters are guys who actually assess the risk, right? And then based on your medical reports, based on blood test results and imaging results or whatever not, then they will assess the risk. Is it acceptable or not?
I see.
Right? And if it's acceptable, well and good. If it's not, then they might put certain terms and conditions.
Okay.
And that's for another video.
Okay. Yeah.
because that's a bit
it's a big topic by itself.
Complicated, right?
Understand.
So what I find in most of the cases where there is a non-disclosure, right? Meaning that certain pertinent medical information was not disclosed, right?
Okay.
And is picked up. When you actually do the claims, they actually go and do an extensive check.
Yes.
Right? It can be from your clinic to your workplace to hospitals. It is non-exhaustive, right? And when they pick up information and they double check what you've declared, and if it does not match, right? So they consider that as a non-disclosure.
Right.
Right? And Joe, a non-disclosure, it's a big no-no.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like this. If you do not disclose the full information, right, then the insurance company say, since you broke your promise, I don't have to keep to my promise.
Of course. Because it's a legally binding contract.
Exactly. And it's null and voided. Now, this is a trick, guys. This is a trick. And I get this a lot of times, right? What if I'm claiming for a heart attack, but I didn't disclose about my sinus?
Okay.
Right? But my sinus got nothing to do with my heart. What? I get this. I mean, I'm just taking sinus, but there can be many other.
True. You and I have heard so many.
Yeah,
many.
I got a lot of cases whereby what they're claiming for and what is the non-disclosure was totally different. There's not even an iota of connection, right? In this case, for point of argument, let's talk about he's claiming heart attack, but there was a non-disclosure of
the sinus. Okay.
All right. Now, so one can argue, I did not cheat the insurance company. What? I did not non-disclose. But for an insurance company, right, it's very simple. Again, contract, right? If there is a non-disclosure, the contract will become null and void. It doesn't have to be directly or indirectly related.
That's true.
Right? So, guys, that's the reason why we do take a lot of effort. Yeah, Joe, I think you know, to make sure that we do the paperwork correctly,
right,
so that there is going to be airtight. There'll be no second guessing. There is no buts and ifs.
That's true. Yeah. If you are not sure of the declaration, we tell our clients, just declare.
Exactly.
Go through the full works in the beginning of the policy application, so that you don't have to face any issues when you are hospitalized or when you end up claiming for any critical illness,
exactly,
or even a death claim.
Right. So, guys, it's very simple. If you are in doubt on whether or not to disclose. Right.
Yes.
In fact, in this video, we've also included, what it means. Right. There's a principle of there's a simple principle what we call principle of utmost good faith.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
Whereby it tells you that you need to disclose the insurance company will actually believe that whatever they initially disclose is what it is.
Yeah.
Right.
They take it in good faith.
Right.
That you are being honest in your declaration.
Right. So now, how they will find out eventually, and what are the things that can cause this non-disclosure to happen? Again, that's for another video. Because that's a very long details. But what I'm trying to say is that out of 10, Joe, 10 cases that I see, 7 or 8 will be a non-disclosure.
That's right. I think we made it really clear
That's
that, the health declaration must be done correctly. Guys, please do it correctly and transparently for your own claim. Good.
Right. One more thing, guys, Joe, I want to just share with them, right? Sometimes, right, because, sometimes this has been done a long time ago, right? So for those of you who wants to be sure, right, very easy. You can check this very easily. Look into your policy contract, right? Flip to the last pages, right? There's always a copy of your application form, right? And see what has been declared.
There you go.
Right? And if you feel that certain things was not disclosed, right? Maybe it was disclosed, but it was not penned down, right?
That's right.
Contact your advisor and make sure amendments are done so that your future claims won't be in jeopardy.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And we encourage this because, as Aaron shared, the insurance company take your declaration with utmost good faith.
Right. So therefore, by you declaring, actually what you're doing is, Joe, you're actually protecting your rights.
That's right.
Right? Because if you declare and the insurance company accept your application, right, means they cannot deny your claim.
That's right.
You see? So when you do not do that, you're leaving things to chance.
That's not something that you should do for yourself, guys.
Especially if it's your family's life
That's
at
right.
stake. Yeah, so
That's right.
it's not worth it, guys.
Right. So okay, guys, that concludes part 1. And if you have found value in what we have shared, please smash that like button and hit the subscribe button. And see you next week for part 2.